Hey YouTube, happy holidays from me and Next Gen Windows. My name is Kwaku. In this article from tomsguide.com, Microsoft may cut SkyDrive support for iOS. Basically, this means that from now on, SkyDrive may not be working, may not come with any more updates for iOS, or it might even just cut it in general. This comes from a dispute from Apple and Microsoft, basically between the 30% policy for iOS in-app purchases. This policy basically means that all in-app purchases, Apple gets a 30% cut, and also a thing that can void the terms of use for in-app purchases is if a developer makes an application that makes you go to like a desktop version of a site, basically makes you go to a website to do a purchase outside of the app, that's also not allowed. Now, so Microsoft basically has to do the in-app purchases in order for SkyDrive to work. Right now, it says Microsoft and Apple are disputing that the latter company's 30% cut of iOS-based SkyDrive subscriptions. Basically, in one of the recent updates, I guess, for SkyDrive, it allowed users to have to be able to upgrade their SkyDrive subscriptions so that they get higher space and higher support and all this stuff. But Microsoft doesn't want to do that, and Apple's guidelines for app developers says that again, you have to do in-app purchase. If in order to do purchases in your app, it has to go through Apple's iTunes stuff, so Apple gets a 30% cut. And if you don't do that, and you still try to do in-app purchases, Apple won't approve your app. Now, one thing that happens on here is that Microsoft says they already have an update that has basically a revampment of SkyDrive for iOS. Basically, everything you've seen from the Xbox to the Windows phones and even Android devices and even the desktop site in general, all those things have already been updated and everything to look the same. And Apple's denying Microsoft any further SkyDrive support because they won't accept the 30% policy. It's kind of bad, but at the same time, Apple's had these guidelines for a long time, and especially with the big competitor like Microsoft, Apple's not going to let anything go loose. It's not like they're partners or anything like that. Apple's not going to let anything go loose. So I honestly think Microsoft should just go ahead and give them 30% for all the SkyDrive in-app purchases. It doesn't mean that users, in order to update their SkyDrive, upgrade their SkyDrive account subscriptions, it doesn't mean that they have to go through Apple's app to upgrade it. You can easily go on your computer and just go on the website, or even on your mobile device. You can easily just go to the device, go to the website in order to upgrade it. So I don't know why this is such a big deal. Obviously, we know Apple has had these guidelines for a long time. It's nothing new. It's for everyone. It doesn't just apply for Microsoft. It applies more. It's more rigorous for Microsoft. The reason why it's news right now is because Microsoft and Apple are obviously big, major rivals. They've been rivals since the very beginning of their entire time with businesses. So I can understand why this whole thing would be a big deal. But essentially, if this whole thing does not get settled soon, you may not see any more SkyDrive for iOS devices at all. You'll have to go through the web browser to do it. Also, another thing that adds on to this is that Apple is also stopping any app that connects to SkyDrive. It's stopping anyone from doing anything like that. It won't accept any apps that, as long as this argument is coming through, it won't accept any apps that connect with SkyDrive to do anything further. So that's another bad downfall for developers that would like to incorporate Microsoft stuff into their apps. It's a big downfall. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think that Microsoft should just go ahead and give Apple 30% of their SkyDrive subscription revenue, or do you think Microsoft should just stop completely and just continue on their way with having SkyDrive on Android, having SkyDrive on Windows phones, and obviously now they have SkyDrive for Xbox 360? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.